inside dive down. The inside, they have crashed. They've gone into each other.
What did he try to attack me?
Red flag.
Cars, hell.
It's lights out and away we go. Vettel, I think, got the better start there. The two Force India starting well too, but Lewis Hamilton into turn one in the lead. On the inside, Valtteri Bottas is being challenged by Kimi Räikkönen. Down the inside goes Max Verstappen as well on Daniel Ricciardo. There's Kevin Magnussen making a move on one of the Force Indias. I think that was Esteban Ocon who lost out just a little bit. Up Brady on we go. Hamilton leads Vettel. I think it's, let's see it progress a little bit further on down into Eau Rouge. Perez is on the inside of the Force Indias. Oh, that was touching and into the wall as well, Martin. Perez and Ocon, as we go down and right on board with Ocon towards Eau Rouge, and once again they have touched, and for the second time in this race the two Force Indias get too close together, and it is a puncture for Sergio Perez, and that is his race absolutely ruined as Ocon tried to go down the inside. Perez cut him off,
and a broken front wing as well, debris all over the track. We're going to have to see, I think, a safety car as
now
well.
The rubber comes off the wheel rim as well.
Guys, what the honestly, what the this guy doing? Front wing broken now. Idiot.
It's lights out, away we go. Hamilton gets away well. Verstappen comes over to try and cut him off and does so. Verstappen leads. Fernando Alonso tries to go round the outside. Hamilton's in second place, and there's contact. Carlos Sainz spins Fernando Alonso around. The two Spanish drivers making contact, and there is Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly out of this race too. Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly took each other out. Oh dear, Alpine having a nightmare of a resumption here.
It's just chaos at the start like this, and you know, it's just a massive gamble with cars going up all over the place and having to avoid them. Yeah, I doubt Pierre even saw Esteban there.
I don't think he did. We've just seen the replay.
I need an extinguisher fast.
That's it. P0.
5 lights ahead of the drivers. It's lights out and away we go. Even start from the front two. Sebastian Vettel challenging Max Verstappen. They get very close this time. They don't touch. Verstappen just makes first corner ahead of Sebastian Vettel. They're locking up behind as they all thread their way through the first 3 corners. Verstappen ahead of Sebastian Vettel into the wall. Goes Esteban Ocon.
I got hit by Sergio badly.
Copy that.
Was that Esteban?
Esteban is out.
There was no room. I did not even see him. Just felt the contact.
On the left-hand side now, they're going to wheel, the two Force Indias, and yes, they did touch. And it's Ocon who is squeezed into the wall.
Expecting a shove from his teammate. But if you go out there, you're driving into a wedge that's always going to disappear.
Sergio Perez, he's made contact and he's gone into Esteban Ocon. We get a perfect view from Fernando Alonso's cockpit there. Could Perez have given his teammate a little bit more room?
Yes.
And it's lights out and away we go. Kimi gets away very well with Sebastian Vettel. Moves across to cut him off. And then Valtteri Bottas just behind Kimi Räikkönen, and on the inside Daniel Ricciardo and Lewis Hamilton now having a look down the inside ahead of his teammate going wide. One of the Hasses into turn 1. It's Sebastian Vettel from Kimi Räikkönen. Then comes Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton's losing places as they touch the 2 Red Bulls of Ricciardo going wide into turn 2. And there's Carlos Sainz sliding through, and there's big problems for Ricciardo who spins round on turn 3.
Yeah, he had a left rear puncture there, Crofty, Red Bull, which allowed Ricciardo to do this round the outside. Here comes a lock-up from Verstappen, understeers into his teammate, the sin of all sins, and yeah, pretty clear to me. Look, he's on the AstroTurf there, so the left side of his tyre is now dirty, and that's probably what didn't help. And yeah, nothing that Ricciardo could have done there apart from drive into Budapest centre. Gets caught out by the Ferrari. He has to brake earlier than what he thought he had to, and that's what put him on the back foot around the outside. Now we head towards turn 2, and he did have enough room. He did. The lockup came, and he'll be feeling pretty bad about that one.
Someone hit me. Is that who I think it was?
Yes.
Sore loser. What did he do? What did he do? What did he try to attack me?
Red
oh my
flag.
gosh. But the whole car is damaged now. What did he think?
That's it, guys. Yeah, get ready. It's real left.
Yep, we see that.
In Miami, again, you can say, well, I was alongside him, as two Alpines get into each other. And once again, Gasly's been wrong-footed, hasn't he?
You've got Albon just ahead of Gasly here, and
yeah.
Ocon on the inside getting sent airborne.
You do not lunge your teammate in Portier on the first lap of the Monaco Grand Prix.
No. That had shades of, was it Jenson Button and Esteban Gutierrez down there a few years ago, and Esteban ended up at right angles.
From Hamilton.
And Carlos Sainz, after all his work to keep Sergio Perez at bay, his teammate Charles Leclerc overtaking him down the straight at Monza. Carlos Sainz has battled so hard during the course of this race. Charles Leclerc gets ahead, moves up into the podium places, but locks up in doing so. Just outbraked himself a little bit. The Ferraris are going to carry this scrap on now through the Curva Grande. Oh, there wasn't much room there. And now through the Curva Grande they go. Charles Leclerc's on the inside. Carlos Sainz is giving him enough space, but we've seen moves go desperately wrong into this chicane, and Sainz locks up, and somehow they avoid contact. Sainz is back ahead of Charles Leclerc.
And they both ran off the road, so I don't think there's any position to be given back there. He didn't retain a position because of it.
0.5 behind.
You guys can bring this home.
Hamilton is 4.8 seconds ahead of Alex Albon.
Up on the screen now on this current lap, 5.8 clear. So he's now in a true 6th place.
Oh, and Charles Leclerc locks up, goes straight on into the runoff area at that first chicane. That could have been awful for Ferrari. Could so easily have gone into the back of his teammate.
I can't imagine he's got any fillings in his teeth, but they'll be rattled out if he has. His front tyres will feel horrendous now.
I'm loving this. Absolutely loving this, but the potential for it all to go wrong seems to be there. Under pressure now, down the inside, goes Felipe Massa in the Williams. Can't quite get past him, but he still might hang on in there. The two Force India scrapping away. Somehow manages to hang on to second place. Well done, Massa, as the two Force Indias collide there, and there's big damage to Perez's front wing.
Both damaged.
You're right, Esteban Ocon might have a puncture there in his right rear.
Damage.
Right rear puncture, right rear puncture.
What did Esteban do, guys? The car just pointed to the left massively.
Places are now into the podium positions, and the two Force India as well. The debrief is going to be a bit feisty tonight in the Force India garage. Let's have a little look again. There's a gap down the inside, and once again, Ocon got onto the curb in the same way Bottas did to Raikkonen. Ocon took too much curb.
Okay, Pierre, we start to see sign of graining, so we need a bit more management. Turn one, please.
Fucking snell on the road.
Yeah, head down. Sorry for that.
Keep your head down, you keep your head down.
Okay, but...
Let's just see what happened with the two AlphaTauris here. Whoa! Yuki Tsunoda and Pierre Gasly rather tripping over each other. Tsunoda on the inside of Pierre Gasly, and both AlphaTauris having the misfortune there, tumbling down the order. Nardo pit yet out of the top 10 runners as threading his way through those Hulkenberg, and here comes Nico Rosberg into turn one for the lead. This Rosberg against Hamilton. Hamilton fights back. Rosberg has to concede the lead within a matter of meters.
Rosberg had DRS, of course, but he got in a little bit too hot into the braking zone. He'll refine that by 2 or 3 meters next time he gets a chance.
Toward him, that was not on.
Hamilton, Rosberg part 2, and he's going to try up the inside again. Rosberg, he's got DRS, and this time Lewis Hamilton locks up as well as Nico Rosberg. As they move up the hill now, Hamilton just couldn't get the traction to fight right back. Towards the outside of the track, Hamilton is pushed. Rosberg makes his move round that right-hander. Hamilton now trying to fight back down the hill. This is where Rosberg went off on the first lap. This is where Hamilton on lap 19 regains the lead back again. Whoa!
Brilliant driving.
And Mercedes are going to make it back-to-back 1-2s. It's Lewis Hamilton who once again wins the Grand Prix.
Paddy was saying maybe don't race, but they didn't listen to him. Correct. Very simple.
Latest retiree to join Sergei Sorokin and Esteban Ocon as out of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Max Verstappen struggling, Ricciardo's passing him into turn 1, and the two Red Bulls might have touched there as well. Verstappen aggressively defending against his teammate. There's no team orders down at Red Bull today.
I think team orders are going to come into this. It's a little bit too much, isn't it, these two touching? Danny Rick's eager. I think Max needs to let him go. They're going to cost themselves too much here.
Not exactly getting cause for celebration so far. Was Verstappen a bit over-aggressive here?
Oh, he was brave to go in there, wasn't he? I mean, he nearly wasn't stopping, locked the inside wheel. I think he had to give Danny Rick a bit more space than that. Of course, there's a tailwind down from 2 to 3, but you can see Ricciardo, he's taking the long way around because Max is making it difficult. But wow, that nearly took 2 cars out.
Right, mate, you're gonna have to do him again. Let's game. Come on.
Yeah, I wonder where they've lost it. I wonder if Max just had a little bit more battery in that lap versus Daniel.
This is Max, I would imagine, not wanting Daniel Ricciardo to get anywhere near a slipstream or a
He needs to keep him over the left.
But he's going to try and dive down the inside. They have crashed. They've gone into each other. Daniel Ricciardo late braking, couldn't stop in time. And the two Red Bulls who have been touching and barging and banging all afternoon have had one bang too many. We'll go to that in a moment, but look at the two Red Bulls here. Ricciardo wanted to go left. Verstappen blocked him off. Thought about going right, put on the brakes.
He was too committed. He was too committed, wasn't he, Danny Rick?
He was.
Yeah, you can see Max had the inside covered. Daniel dummy-dum went to go to the outside, and then Max came across, and by that point it was too late. There's nothing he could have done to get out of the way. It's disappointing because the two of them have been exceptional all day at leaving each other room, but you can't move more than twice. I think that's the issue.